Alright, I am continuing on with Final Girl. Oh, jeez. Sorry. Continuing on with Final Girl. I had just previously played the from the lore and scenario book, The Girl Must Die, which is Inkanyamba at Sacred Groves. And now is the next one, The Dark-Haired Demon. This is Inkanyamba at Camp Happy Trails. So the setup for this is the bonfire. So you have a bunch of people around this the bonfire area, and Inkanyamba starts up there. I begin down here as Rico, and Rico's special ability is once per action phase, if an enemy is within 2 spaces, you may move to that enemy's space for free. So I don't see a whole lot of use for that. I mean, I guess you save some move action if you want to attack. But usually the killer's pretty good at reaching you, I've generally found. What else about this setup? So it has 3 events that are put in there. The items are just your standard items from Camp Happy Trails, except you add in the ceremonial dagger. And like the previous scenario at Sacred Groves, the ceremonial dagger does 2 damage instead of just 1. And on my setup here, it was very interesting because the ceremonial dagger, I did not, this was randomly selected. But the top item cards are the ceremonial dagger, which does an extra damage. That's the special rule for the scenario. So that's a really good thing to have. Motorboat keys, which allows you to go across the board quickly. And fireworks, which is great for distracting him. So it's like that was completely random that these 3 items came up right on the item. I almost thought, I should reshuffle this. This might make it too easy. But then again, so much of this game is so hard anyway. So yeah, I already mentioned the special rule about the ceremonial dagger, that it does 2 damage instead of 1. Another one is in addition to the 6 0-cost action cards, start the game with an atonement card in hand. So I get that as well. Tracking marker on the Killer Wrath card starts the game at level 6, which I've already set up. And again, there's specific terror cards you put out and specific event cards, which I already put out. Got the bonfire set up here. And hopefully I will remember to read from the gruesome death books, which I'm going to try and do. Normally I always forget. I forgot a lot last game, but I remembered a few, which is better than normal. So this is the flavor intro prologue text for the Dark-Haired Demon, whatever you want to call it. And in that game, in the previous one, so I played Barbara fighting Inkanyamba, and I won that one. And this one here, Raiko. This is called the Dark-Haired Demon. Inkanyamba was more angry than usual. The girl at the groves, Barbara, had not been the one he had been looking for. The gods lied to me. They betrayed me. He had come to this campground looking for the true culprit, the woman who had plunged the dagger into his side. He fingered the scar on his side when she had stabbed him. She grinned as she was taking my lifeblood away. She had dark hair. Yes, dark hair. He remembered that much at least. Looking up, he saw the flickering light of a fire in the distance. That would be a good place to start. Why the dark-haired she-demon had done this to him, he did not know. But Inkanyamba's face would be the last thing she would ever see in his life. I will have my vengeance. So I guess in the lore of this game, the Sacred Groves is right next to Camp Happy Trails. He kills Barbara. Or did he kill Barbara in the line? Let's see. Well, whatever happened in the end. In fact, I had one. He then looks up and sees the light from Camp Happy Trails, which kind of makes no sense. But so explain the setup. The first thing I got to do is pull the event card. It is fresh meat. Welcome to Camp Happy Trails, where you'll make memories that will last until you die. Place 2 new victims at the cabins. All right. 2 new victims at the dock and 2 new victims at the fire pit. Wow, fire pit's gonna be loaded. And I have run out. I'm not using the meeples that come with the game. I'm using these tokens, and now I've just run out because there's so many of them. What am I going to use for that? Should I pull out the meeples? I don't want to waste time. Would be good. Okay, I got these. I got this. I got some weird bottle tokens that'll work. Would I put them? 2 new victims at the dock. The fire pits. And then you discard the card. I'm thinking for strategy on this one, I might just forget about so much of the victims. There's ceremonial daggers right there at the cabins, which is across the map, but right there at the dock, which is near me, is the motorboat keys. So I'm almost thinking going to the dock, grab the motorboat keys, use the motorboat keys to shoot over to the cabins and grab the ceremonial dagger and just start attacking as fast as I can. Before he can take too many victims. He's going to start trying to kill people at the cabins. Maybe if I can get over there with the keys with the motorboat. Do that right away. I got atonement. Question is, should I wait on atonement until I can possibly bring down the horde track? I'm playing a focus for the first. Whoops. Didn't come out. Okay, I got to discard 2 cards if I want to make use of this focus. Alright, well, we have our standard short rest weak attack that I don't use for a bit. Alright, time goes down 1, horde track goes down 1. Let's see if I can pull off a walk. If I get really lucky here and can get to the dock, then I can definitely start a search next turn. Oh, I do. Alright, so this goes down to 4. Move 2 spaces. 1, 2. Now I got a focus, a walk, and atonement. Should I try? Nah, I'm going to wait on that. Focus. Yeah, I'm going to wait on all that. I have 4 to spend. Definitely got to get that search. And that will allow me to hopefully get the motorboat keys. And then that will bring me right. Should I get another search card? Is it possible I'll make it there in 1 turn? Motorboat keys. Spend 2 time to use the boat to travel to any other spaceport or any of the water. This may come with you. Yeah, maybe I'll... If I get lucky, though. Although, I need a distraction. What did I have? I had focus and walk. I could throw one of those away and grab the distraction. Is distraction 3? Yeah, distraction is 3. But it doesn't leave me with a whole lot of cards to be able to work that. So I will instead Grab the 2 close calls, I think. Try and work an atonement. Got plenty of cards to throw away. Do the search and the atonement. I'll grab that. Okay, ready to go here. Let's go into 0 cost. This goes up to 6. Inkanyamba is going to, if Killer Wrath is a 1 to 2, increase it by 1. It is not. So he's going to move to the closest victim. He moves it 2. Then he kills in that space. Yeah, he's taking out these guys. Boom. Bloodlust goes up. And that is that, I believe. Now I just have the first terror card. Right? Yep. That's before the panic phase. He's coming, and there's nothing we can do. There are no victims on the board. There are. So the horde track goes up by 1. Damn. He moves to the next victim, which is in his space, and he kills them. So this guy's dead. Man, all that fresh meat card really did just supply fresh meat. So, okay, the upkeep phase. Something has to happen here. Oh, I was going to panic, but there's nobody to panic. So I feel like there's something I'm missing here. Guess not. Guess not. I'm in the dock. Do I want to take those guys with me when I go? Try and pull them to safety? I don't think so. I'm just going to be attacking him right away. I want to do the atonement. I got to do the search. Did I only grabbed 1 search. I don't have distraction. Alright, well, I'll play the focus again. Oh, man. Bad roll. 4, that's no good. Well, I better do the search before things get bad. Alright, I got 1 success. That's all I will need. Take the top item card of your space. This goes down to 3. I get the motorboat keys. I just have to spend 2 time to use that. Alright. I need a... It's going to be my motorboat token. Okay, here's a little campfire. Campfire is my boat. Alright, so I could spend 2 to get over him, but then I can't buy any cards. Because I'm down to 3. Do I have another? No, I don't have another focus. Should I try the atonement? So I'm going to get the, let's see, I can't get the, oh man. I can get the distraction. Maybe I shouldn't do anything. I'd like to use this atonement, but I'd like to get myself into green if I can. But I don't know what's going to happen on the next card. Alright. Here's what's going to do. I'm going to stop. I'm going to put this to 6. Buy a distraction card. Hey, wait a minute. Oh, I get those cards. Hold on. Should I do this? I forgot. I get those cards back too, right? Yeah. So, don't I? I might just... search and focus. That's what I did. Already my brain is fried. Okay. How many turns did I take? I took 1 turn, pulled the event card. Then did the other turn. Search, focus. Alright, yeah, so these are the ones I just did. Alright, yeah, I'm going to be getting these back. So maybe I should play another card. I mean, the Atonement. But I might get... I'm going to try and get it down to... Get it down on the next one. So what did I have? I had enough... Now I'm lost. I had enough... I think I was on 3, and I was going to grab Distraction. Right? Yeah. I hope that's right. I think that's right. I'm going to have to check that later. Oh, my brain is fried. All right, so. Killer Face. Okay, so he's at the cabins. He's going to kill anybody. Well, if Wrath is at 1 to 2, increase it. It's not. He kills in his space. All right, then he pulls a tarot card. Ooh, Unleash Killer Wrath. Wrath of Horror. Unleash Killer Wrath. What's he going to do? He is going to move. He's going to, let's see, bring that down. He's going to move to the closest victim, or me, closest target, and then attack. He moves at speed of 3, so he's going to get to somebody. It's not that way. 1, 2, 3. Just makes it, actually. Damn. That moves his, gives his movement up to 3 now, and his attack is 2 now. And the Dark Power is revealed. Rising Dread. Whenever Killer Wrath increases, increase the horror track. Ah, damn. Damn. Wish I could have got to him before he got up to the Dark Power. That would have been pretty cool. Increase Killer Wrath equal to the horror level. Oh, jeez. 4. 6. It's up to 10. And then because of that, that goes up. Jesus. Man. Yeah, I need to do that Atonement. Alright, so now he targets a victim, moves, and attacks. Okay, so he would go into the big old fire pit here. He's not wasting any time. Not wasting any time. He kills somebody. That goes up. That is the end of that phase. Now, everybody in the fire pit is going to panic. I didn't have enough dice for all of them. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Jeez. Alright. Alright, so we get 1. That stays in the space. 3 moves over here. Okay, 4 and 5. They go over here. And 2 and 6. Well, that also goes over here. 6 goes up here. And I still got to roll another die for that last guy. For the bottle guy. What do we got here? 3. So he goes in here. Actually, I'll put him in there. He'll be the first to die. Alright, that's the panic phase. Alright. Now, I never bought a search card. No. I need to do some Atonement. And just, I need to get my horror track down. This is bad. Alright, so the distraction card I'm going to play here. I don't think I can get it down, though. For the, I was going to try and get it down into the green for my Atonement, but that's not going to work. Distraction. 2 successes. Nice. Alright. Well, this goes up to 8. This goes down to 3. one focus. Can't bring it into green. Not gonna do that. And I gotta do this atonement. Throw away 2 cards. Okay. Throw away my 2 close calls. That'll allow me to move this down to 7 and do that. I almost made it. Should I do the atonement? Chance it? You really need to do well on that atonement roll. It's already at 10. Ay. I think I'm gonna wait and because I'm gonna get it 1 focus back, so I'm gonna wait till the next turn. And instead I'm gonna use 2 time, use my motorboat, get over to the cabins, and that'll be the end of my turn. And you know I'm buying a search card, getting a dagger. What do I have to spend here? 5. Getting this back for free. Search card. 3 more. I can get that distraction. Maybe I should get a sprint. Atonement, distraction. I got a bunch of cards here. I'm probably going to get down into green. I'm going to buy the improvise. But then, yeah, why not? Close call, focus, and distraction. All right. This goes to 6. All right, the killer is going to attack anyone in his space, which is him. This goes up. Man, he is working it fast. All right, and now I gotta grab that ceremonial dagger and go to town here. Now I draw a terror card. Wrath of Defilers. God damn. Unleash Killer Wrath. So he heals 2. Bring that up. He heals 2. Horror track goes up. That's not good. I just should use the atonement because apparently I'm not going to get into green. Then he's going to target victims or me, move to them, and attack twice. So he's going to go into here, and he's going to take out 2 of these people. 1, 2. Oh man, this is going fast. All right, I don't think I'm going to get into green. It just keeps going up. Increase wrath equal to the number of victims that have been saved. Well, haven't saved anybody. But did I? So now it goes up. Have I increased the horror track for that? I have not. That was because of that. So now it's up to 4. Jesus. All right, now he's going to target victims and kill them. So he's going to kill another victim. Boom. And we've maxed out the bloodlust already. Man, he's fast. That is that turn. Things are not going well. So now those victims in his space are going to panic. There's 3 of them. Let's see what they do. 2, 5, 4. Okay, 2. Wait, what? Oh yeah, 2, 4, 5. Okay. Ah, man. Gotta get that dagger. I can take the motorboat down there and attack. I have no defense. Alright. I am going... Damn it, I got improvised because I thought for sure I'd get into green. And that's when you want to play that. And I'm not going to make it into green. So, I might as well see if I get lucky. And of course I don't. I never get lucky with those improvised cards. The only time it's ever worth it for me is when I'm in green. Oh my god. I don't have a close call. I can't really do that. So I'll play weak attack and short rest. And 3s and 4s are successes on my next one. So let's do Atonement. Ugh. Oh, so useful. Decrease it by 1. Whoop-de-doo. That was a waste. Well, let's get that dagger. You gotta get that dagger. Alright, 1 success. Good enough for me. Move this down. Should I have moved that down before? No. Although, why is there so many cards here? Oh, I had to play weak attack and short rest for that improvise. Alright, so I move that down to 5. Take the top item card, taking this dagger. Could go down and attack him now, but that would require me to lose 2 time, which means I can't buy a good attacker card. I can buy the Retaliate. I can buy the Retaliates. Maybe that's what I should do. Gotta focus. Alright, let's do the focus. 1 success. Down to 4. Down to 3. Alright, I'm going to stop there. Thinking of buying Distraction and Close Call. I can motorboat to wherever he is. Buy the Retaliate. All right. Trying to get into green here. Trying to get that. I need the Atonement though. It's so high on the Atonement level. I need to get into green. All right, that's it. He attacks in a space. Nobody's there. Pulls a terror card. He's coming, and there's nothing we can do. Of course, the Hortrash is going to go up. Yep. Oh my god. He goes to the nearest victim and kills them. And he's moving at 5, so that's not a problem. Wait, why is there somebody? Oh, because somebody panicked into the dock. All right, so he did that. Bloodlust goes up. I discard the next 2 terror cards. Jeez. That's because my Bloodlust is maxed out. Is that the end? That's the end of that turn, yeah. So now, whenever the Bloodlust happens where he kills somebody, it just cycles back around. And you discard the next 2 terror cards, which means closer to the end of the game. The horror, let's see. They now panic, the people in the dock. So let's see where they're going to go. 5 and 6. 5 and 6. I can't. That's a 5. What is that? The art on this.
I see. Okay.
This is the 5. This is the 6. All right. This should be at 6. I forgot to reset all this, which I often do. Atonement, short rest, weak attack, improvise. Alright, I can boat over to him. I can buy retaliate and start fighting, but I really want to get this this down to green. Well, it's not going to work. I don't have the cards to get it to green. Man, oh man. Oh, I do have a close call. I guess I'll lose 2 time and re-roll that. 1 success. Time goes up by 1. And this goes down by 1. I am never... Alright, I'm not getting into green. I give up. I give up. I'm going to... oh, shit. If I do it now, though, I can't buy the retaliate. I can sell a walk card to buy the retaliate. But then I got no 3s and 4s. I mean, I got no... Oh, wait, but I'm going to have these back. Alright, I'll sell a walk card so I can buy a retaliate. Well, first off, before I do that. Well, yeah, I can just sell that. Wait a minute. Did I move that already? I must have moved that. Oh, no, I didn't, because that goes down. Okay, so now it's up to 6. Then I'm going to take the motorboat, go to the dock, do that, and I'm going to buy a retaliate. And I get these. Okay. Distraction. Close call. Walk. I feel like I'm... Walk. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. It's his turn. He kills in his space. There's... Oh, actually, I'm in his space. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. If he kills in his space and then he gets a terror card where he attacks, I won't have a card for that. Alright, so I'm going to retaliate. Be nice if I could get into the green. Oh, I can spend 2 cards. Weak attack and short rest, I guess. And I ignore all damage from the attack. And I hit him twice. And the ceremonial dagger hits him twice because of the special rules. So that's 4 damage I do to him. Alright. 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright. If I win this, it's only because the item deck was so worked out for me so well. Draw a tarot card. Oh, it's a minor dark power with 3 hearts on it. Every time Killer Wrath is increased, increase it by an additional 1. And there's 3 hearts on it. Man, I just got rid of 4 and got 3 back. Got 3 back. And I don't have anything to attack him with. Oh, and this goes back to 6. I can motorboat out of there. Ay, ay, ay. Well, I got focus, focus, and walk. Hey, wait a minute. What are these doing here? These ones I played. Oh, I played a retaliate. Oh, okay. So I played these on the last turn. These don't get moved back. But I should have this, right? No, that probably get okay. Da, 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 da. Can't buy. I can buy a guard. I can buy a furious strike if I just stay there. Should I try focusing? I mean, the focus doesn't go well. I'll lose time, but I'd love to buy the guard and the furious strike, which would be 6, and just stay there. Of course, if the killer wrath is unleashed, oh man, that would not be good. Alright, I'll try Guard and Furious Strike. My atonement isn't working out. Trying to get the cards. I mean, the Horde track down to green isn't working out. So I do what I can. Get this walk back. Okay. Short rest, weak attack. Retaliate. That's 6. He will attack me in his space. I do have the guard card. Two successes. Nice. Normal attacks. Alright, so what happens with the terror card? Run for your life. If there are no victims on the board, there are. All victims that are not in your space must panic. Oh, man. Alright, that's a lot of victims. Alright, let's go for the yellow guy in the lower right exit. He gets a 6. He goes there. Try the bottle. He gets a 1. Oh, he goes into our space. That's not a good place to panic to. Let's try the black and white guys over here. 6 and a 5. Try the red guy down here at the fire pit. He gets a 6. They just like swap position. And then we get the 2 over and make out point. The blue guy and the white guy. 4 and a 3. They both go to the cliff. Okay, what's up next? Alright, now he's going to target. Oh, he's going to attack me. I got nothing to defend against. He's going to do 3 damage to me. Ow. Alright, then he's going to move to a victim, which is the space that he's in. Alright, so I am going to Furious Strike him here. I got 2 focuses. If they went well. But they're probably going to cost me. They're probably going to cost me in time. And I need to buy some guarding or I need to get out of here or something. So what should I do? Should I Fury Strike him or should I try these focuses? Try to get into green. I have to do well on both of them. Get into green, but then I won't be able... All I can afford is like a guard. I could motorboat out of here and regroup. If I do the Furious Strike, I get good on that. I can do 4 damage to him. Which will give me an extra die. Because then he'll be down to, I'll be on adrenaline. He'll be down to 1. Alright, if I do a focus and it doesn't go well, I can throw away a couple of walks. Alright, I'm going to try 1 focus, see how that goes. Get a 1 success. I can throw away 2. I don't want to do that. Alright, so that will go down to 5. This will go down to 2. I could do another focus, or I could do a furious strike. If I do focus and I end up having to throw away cards, that leaves me with no cards to throw away for my furious strike. But I could end up rolling 3 dice. Alright, let's do... Alright, we're going to focus. Not what I wanted to happen. Alright, we're down to 4. Now we're rolling 3 dice. I got this furious strike, but now I got no cards to discard. Damn! I cannot getting into green's a pain in the ass. Alright, it looks like I might have to just motorboat away. I take my chances, but I have to get 2 successes to do what I want to do. Man. Alright, I'm gonna have to motorboat away. Down to 2. Where are we gonna motorboat to? Cabins? Somewhere interesting? Somewhere we can save somebody, maybe? Yeah, I'll go over here. Maybe if I have to, I can save that guy. Alright, I can only spend 2. I only have 2. I get back these 2 cards. Short rest and weak attack. I have 2 time to spend. So I guess I could grab a sprint and try and save that guy. There is atonement. Yeah, let's do the atonement. Alright. Guard, focus, focus, walk, walk. This goes to 6. Green. He kills in his space. Boom. And this cycles through, and we discard 2 terror cards, which I believe is the end of the terror cards. Wow, the last 2 events never even came up. Discard the next 2 terror cards, and now we reveal the finale. I can't even flip it over. Why did he, okay, so he did that, and that's why there's no, alright, so there's no terror cards. Right? Yeah. I did that right. So I don't do this yet, but he will be unleashing the killer track, killer wrath track, then increase it by 1, targeting me and victims, moving and attacking once. So yeah, I might want to bring that, I gotta roll well on this atonement. And every time, because of Outrageaholic, anytime it's increased, I increase it by an additional 1. Alright, is there any panicking to do? No. Any upkeep? No. Alright. Alright. Atonement, come on. Rolling 3 dice here. Gotta bring that down. Jesus. Well. can only get. I only have 3 other cards. I can't. Jesus Christ. It's not even worth it. Although it'll bring the horror up. Oh, God almighty. What? This whole game is like I can't atone for anything. It's like it just screws everything up. Why even bother? Why even bother? I mean, I could pay the 2 cards just so that doesn't happen. I don't lose the time in the horror track. All it's going to do for atonement is take it down by 1. What do I lose? I lose short rest and weak attack. I get these back. But then he's going to unleash it. What's going to happen there? Oh, man. He's going to unleash it, which is going to restore his health. The horror track's going to go up anyway. Oh, my. It's not even worth it. Not even worth it. Oh, man. Well, I guess it is worth it. Because the 2 cards are worth 2 time in and of itself. So I saved the horde track going up. So I'll do that. Why do I even try? Why do I even try to atone for my sins? Or the sins of modern day man. As is happening in this game. And I was supposed to be reading from the gruesome death book and I completely forgot. I always forget that. Well, I have 6. I have 6. Do I buy an atonement card? I'm getting these back. I always feel the atonement's just not working for me. Not working for me. Alright, I can shoot or I can just buy a critical blow. If I do well on it, I'll give him 5 damage. Oh hell, let's just take a chance. Getting the critical blow. Although, the horror track's going to go up. I'm going to be out of... I got to focus. Alright, that's my plan. That is my plan. Although he might hit the fire pit, in which case I can't really reach him. Via the... well, we'll see what happens. Hopefully I can reach him. I don't know where I'm going to... Where is he going to go? Where's he going to go? First off, we have to unleash the Killer Wrath. So he's going to heal too. Oh, I forgot about that. The critical blow is not going to do what I want to because he heals. Oh, yeah, yeah. Horror track goes up. He moves to a victim and attacks once. So, 1, 2. 1, 2, and 1, 2. Oh, actually, he's going to go here because that's got the most people. He's going to go there. And where am I? He's unleashing that. Then discard 2 terror cards, which I can't. So, then we increase the Killer Wrath by 3. Jesus. I can only increase it by 1. And when that happens, every time Killer Wrath is increased, increase my additional. Well, yeah. Whenever Killer Wrath is increased, increase the horde track. Boom. Ah. Don't like that. Don't like that. Alright, I'm completely lost where I was. That was from killing... How did that get increased? Jesus. I was at 9. I unleashed it. Okay, so I increased from that by 3. Right. Which caused all this other stuff. So now, okay, now targets this guy and attacks him. Let's discard the next 2 terror cards. Nothing there. Man, even with the items set up for me to win, it's going to be hard. I don't know if I can do it. It is now my turn. And I can go do that critical blow I was talking about, but I gotta attack. It's gotta be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's still gonna be really strong. I have oh, I also have a Furious Strike, and I have 2 focuses, 2 walks. I have 2 focuses. Man, if I had the distraction. Furious Strike could take down too well. Do I attempt the focusing and then move to him and then just try and roll good? Oh, man. Man, the horror track has been a bitch in this game. Alright, if I play the focus, what do I got to throw away? I got 2 walks I can get rid of. That's it. Don't play that, and I go over there. I got a critical blow and a Furious Strike I can use. I have 4 cards I can get rid of. Then I'll be able to get a retaliate. All right, let's do that. Let's do that. Focusing and atoning has not worked in this game. So I'm going to take my motorboat, go over to the cliff. I'm down to 4 time. Furious Strike and Critical Blow both need 2 successes or it's the end of the turn. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. That's not good. Alright, Critical Blow. Ah, oh, man. Jesus Christ. I still do 2 damage to him with the ceremonial dagger is 4. So at least I get rid of 4 damage on him. Ugh, man. But I do 2 damage. I'm down to my last health. Horror track goes up. And it's the end of the turn. At least I have enough time left to buy the retaliate. Which will get me killed. Yeah. Because he's going to do 2 attacks on me. He's going to do 3 attacks on me. Jeez. He's going to do 3 attacks on me. The best the retaliate will do is stop 1 attack and give him 4 damage, which isn't going to be enough. That critical blow. Why'd you have to roll so bad? Alright, so if I got 2 guards, still hit me. Even if I rolled well, he'd still hit me with 1 attack, which would do 3 damage, and I would still be dead if that didn't. Well, that doesn't matter then. I might as well just get the retaliate. And if I don't have final health, I'm dead. If I have final health, I have a fighting chance. So, alright. I don't know if there's anything else. Ay, ay, ay. Blow 6. Alright, Unleash. Killer Wrath. He heals 2. Oh, man. Core track goes up. He attacks me twice. Get to retaliate. Ooh. Alright, well, that first one did well for me. Second one's not going to do so well for me. Alright, I don't have the final health tokens punch. I'm waiting for the upgraded ones from Season 2. So I just roll a 9-sided die. 7, 8, or 9, and are the final health ones. So I have to hit a 7, 8, or 9, or I'm dead. Alexa, use DiceBot to roll a 9-sided die.
This might answer your question.
What?
I rolled a 9-sided die and got 3.
Ah, I'm dead. I'm dead. Oh, it didn't even understand. Use DiceBot, Alexa thought I said. I don't like to use Alexa to roll my dice because I don't know. I don't trust the randomization. Usually I end up with the highest number. Oh man, this video is still glitching. Thought I fixed that. Damn. I'm gonna have to buy a new cable. Oh, I died. I died. If I had final health going into the next turn, I'd have a Furious Strike, which does 4 damage. So I'd have a chance. Man. And this was with the ceremonial dagger and the motorboat keys right at the top. Even the fireworks, but I didn't get to that. He just went off killing like a madman straight off the bat. Straight off the bat. Oh well. If anybody's watching this, thank you for watching. I guess I don't know. I don't know if I should, when I do this next, play the next scenario or try and redo this one. I guess I would try and redo this one. Just because it was set up weird with the items so in my favor. But then he just went off like a madman killing. Wonder if it's like, it can't be like that normally. Alright, well, thanks for viewing.